Hi soulmate, welcome back once again. So in today's class, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful balloon gown with front drape. So let's quickly get started. These are required materials: pattern paper, because I'll be using pattern for an illustration first for better understanding, and my Mikado fabric. So I have 5 years here without the lining. So with the lining, you'll be working with 10 years of Mikado fabric. Yeah, well, mine is not the real full balloon, but I'll explain both, okay, in case you don't have much fabric available. So let's quickly get started, okay. So for those that want the balloon plate to start from the waistline, is your waistline times 3, meaning if your round waist is 40, then still be having 120. But mine, I've seen the picture, is my one started from the hip line, which my hip is 48 times 3. I'll be having 144 inches, meaning the end part, my round end part, be 144 inches length, while the length from my hip line to the floor length be working with 43 inches. So to form our balloon, so we'll be stepping in, sorry, with 5 inches, because that will work with 6 inches, especially if you are not using your line, so your fabric as your lining, so it will not be visible, okay, and to create more volume for that your balloon. Yeah, so this pattern, sorry, I'm using it to explain. So for the lining part, it will be this form as well. So your lining will start from this 5 inches in or 4 inches in, but advice will work with 5 inches in. Then when you are done, we create plates at the down part. Yeah, the end part is with plates, okay. But the hip line, because mine is from hip line, will be girders. But my method here, I didn't use girders. Yeah, I use plates, both end part and my hip line. So I'll be flipping my line in this form, because I won't be pleating my line at the end part. So I'll first pleat my fabric at the end part, then flip my lining in. But note, on my hip line, the lining will not be up to that on a round hip, because I added my lining after the plate on the end part. And remember, the end part round measurement is 144 inches. So I'll be creating rough that is enough plate on the front panel of my main fabric before placing my line, to make sure my lining and my fabric will meet with each other on the hip line. So let's quickly introduce our basic gown. Yeah, so this is my beautiful basic gown we're working with. So sorry, checking the camera so you can see. So I'll be working with hip line. You can work with a low waistline, or depending on your preference. So this is the fabric, this is my pattern. So I'll be cutting out exactly what I explained earlier. The length we're working with is 43 inches, but the weight, that is a round measurement we're working with, is my hip times 3, so which is 144 inches. So I have to put it aside. Sorry, checking my camera. So this is the width, let me use the word, the depth, which is the length 43, the width, which is the round measurement 144 inches. So I'm creating the plates at the end part. Yeah, it's plate at the end part because it's a balloon form. So we'll plate to make sure lace we have our round hip. Yeah, so through plating the end part. So watch close. It's exactly what I explained earlier. It's pattern paper. So this is my lining. I'm using so I'll place it this way, right side facing the right side to stitch, but advise you weave it first before your girders. So struggling my camera slowly for better visibility, so you can see what I said earlier. So this is my lining, making sure it meets on the hip line this way. But remember, it won't be up to that I said earlier as well, because the weight is 144 inches. So I have to lose this part. You know I'm doing this so it will be easier for me to close my fabric with my fabric and my lining with my lining. Okay, and it will be easier for me to plait the front that I'll be using as a drape. I want excess there. Yeah, but if you have enough fabric, just cut out the line to be working with as your main fabric, the same as the lining. So let me open it up. So this is the end part. So I'm done fixing the lining all around, so I said before. So it's time to stitch the lining part. So I have to make sure I place it properly, right side of the main fabric facing the right side to stitch and close. The same with the lining. When I'm through, I will pin it, the joint. So I want more volume of plates on the front panel to create my drape. Okay, so I will stitch this part. You can see 1/2 inch. Okay, so while I'm going through all this process, it's because my line is not enough and I want more volume of plates on the front. So I'm through closing my fabric, that's the right side of my fabric, uh, facing the right side. I've stitched that part the same with the lining, so I have to open it up this way to pin. Okay, so pin this way, so you can see how the down part is. Sorry, just making sure is well captured. Okay. So I will pin, so I will stitch this way because I have to stitch both together. So I will stitch, but note my main fabric is more, okay, than the lining because I added my lining after end part plates. Take note of that. So I will stitch, but my target is the front. But like what I said, the front I want more volume there of plates. So that is it. You can see. So the fabric is more than the lining. So let me do that. So you can see. So I've stitched all around. You can see this part is together with my main fabric. So the leftover part I said I want more volume there. You can see I've pleated that part. Okay, so I didn't pleat the lining. Take note, you can see I didn't pleat the lining because pleating the lining will make the lining shorter. So only pleat that front part I said I want more volume. So I will just stitch my line all around before I plait all around with the back. Yeah, so this is she look when you're through. You can see, so this is the front I'll be using to create my drape. Yeah, the part that have the seam line. So this is the back, so I will pleat the back to my waistline length, that waistline divided by 2 lengths. Yes, I have to get that part first. I will still pleat this part. Yeah, so I'll pleat this part because I want more volume. You have seen the introduction. Okay, yeah, so this is for the back. So it's my, sorry, hip divided by 2, not waist. So you can see how beautiful it is. So I have my round hip measurement here. Yeah, so there's no need for zip because it's below my waist, sorry, my hip line. So this is it. You can see this zip. So student not done fixing my zipper, so just want to focus on the tutorial. Yeah, so you have to notch. Remember, my front panel is not difficult because of the joint. That is the part I join my lining to my lining, my fabric to my fabric. So I'll pick that part and flip it in the right side of my gown, facing the right side of my balloon skirt part. So I will pin this way. So I have to pin, I've already marked it all around, so I will just take it to my sewing machine to stitch all round. And please, if you have found it interesting, like, share, okay, comment, please. And if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. I love you all. God bless you all. So let's move to our machine. So over to our sewing machine. Okay, so yeah, so if you are working for a client, please make sure you wave it around before the gathers and plate, yeah, for neat finishing. So stitch, just follow the line as a stitch. Check your fabric to make sure you don't stitch on the front part. So stitch and adjust all around. Okay, then the next stage, the draping. And please, for more free online sewing tutorials, just click on my playlist here. I love you all. And if you are interested in our January section offline class, kindly DM as well. Okay, so stitch all around. Okay, stitch all around. So you have to patiently mark. So by the time you're through, your waistline part will last properly, because I discovered when I was through, my zipper part was bulging out because I stitched on it, yeah, wrongly. So I later rectified that part. So this is it. So you can see how beautiful and simple it is. For the my beautiful basic gown, the neck area is balloon fade as well. Yeah, though I didn't film that part because there was no time. So I had to quickly put it on for the draping parts. So here we are. You can see the joint part. You can see. So I have to pick that part. This is how you do it. Make sure you pick it with your lining. Okay, this way. So the draping part is optional. Okay, so pin this way. Okay, so next step this way, which is optional. Yeah, so you just have to be creative. So yeah, my offline students like, man, do this way, because I have enough volume. Yeah, for the front. You can see the back. I was telling you guys my zipper there, so I stitch on it wrongly. So that's why you have to patiently mark before you stitch. Yeah, patiently mark before you stitch. So this is the other side. So they were like, mom, leave it this way. Like, let's try it again and see. And it came out very beautiful. Though in this part, there was no volume there. Yeah, so this part was just normal plate. But if you want to have enough volume for your balloon, let your round waist, if his waist is starting, if it's from hip, whichever way you want to work with, let it have enough gathers. The end part should be plates. Yeah, so with me, camera didn't do justice to it. It was so beautiful. So thanks for watching. I love you all.